I was diagnosed with the most deadly of brain tumors, whose chance of surviving, even with the most aggressive treatment, is about 5%.
A person is blessed with endless atova from Rabbeinu Shalom. Rabbeinu Shalom helps a person in all his needs. Especially, a person has to appreciate that Rabbeinu Shalom gave him a guf, a body, and the body works whatever its needs are.
I was learning in Lakewood, and I woke up one Friday night with this most sharpest headache I ever had in my life. And I knew my roommate had a bottle of Aleve, so I went rummaging through his drawers to find his Aleve, and I couldn't find it. I literally thought I was gonna die. And I remember that I went outside and I fell asleep in the 30-degree weather just with my undershirt and sweatpants. I woke up and I quickly went back upstairs to my room. I didn't want anybody to know what happened. It just got progressively worse over the course of the week. By Thursday night, I was already seeing in whirlpool vision. I had a prescription from the doctor for Tylenol with codeine, and I walked to the pharmacy in my pajamas at 3 o'clock in the morning and went to sleep in front of the pharmacy, just like the homeless people. That's how bad of a situation it was. Eventually, I was diagnosed with the glioblastoma.
A glioblastoma multiforme is a kind of brain tumor. It's very serious and unfortunately very difficult to cure. Most people that get a glioblastoma will go through a lot of surgeries, a lot of chemotherapy and radiation, and unfortunately many of them will not survive.
The whole week leading up to my surgery, I felt kind of numb. I remember, Marsha Shiva came, he tried to calm me down, but I was a mess, an emotional mess. The next morning, I remember being wheeled through the hallway, and then they transferred me to the OR table. It was a long, long surgery, 14 hours, and it was a long recovery process. I couldn't talk, I couldn't eat. I heard that I would need radiation therapy and chemotherapy, which was a hard pill for me to swallow because I didn't exactly know what that would entail. I remember the night that I came back to yeshiva, I was still undergoing treatment and I had no hair. I just felt so bad about myself. I almost felt like I was different and I didn't belong. And I remember at night, I just cried into my pillow. It was the only time I really remember crying. I remember sitting together with the group that I would be in the waiting room to get radiation therapy in Sloan Kettering. And we would have discussions about what we were going through. And I remember thinking how everybody was so negative, and it seemed like there was no purpose for their lives, and I wanted to still live with a purpose. And it just struck me, why live your life like this? It reminds me of the story that I heard from Rabbi Ephraim Shapiro about a man who fell off a cliff and he was hanging there by a branch, and he says, "Hashem, save me, Hashem, save me." And Hashem says, "You want me to save you? Let go of the branch." And I let go of the branch. And I mamish went through that kufa of my life with no questions about what was going on. I felt that I was completely taken care of and everything was under control for the good and for the bad. And Baruch Hashem, something, the Rabbeinu Shalom wants me to be here. That's why I'm here.
Whatever a person needs, the Rabbeinu Shalom is there to help him. And the Rabbeinu Shalom leads him by his hand through all the problems with Hashem.
What is the most marvelous thing in the human body? I think all medical doctors and scientists would say that it's the brain.
The brain is the control center of the body. It controls everything that we do, even things we don't think about. For example, breathing, things that we consider automatic.
To know that I had something affecting my brain and to come through it just gives you so much more appreciation for Hashem's chesed, for everything that we have in life.
Sasha Yosef with Kabbalah is that I should thank the Rabbeinu Shalom for every move that a person has to do. All the needs of a person, the Rabbeinu Shalom helps the person.
If we're able to properly be Makar Tov, that we have working bodies and we have bodies that function, Hashem's going to say, oh, you're Makar Tov for that? You think, I'll give you much better stuff to be Makar Tov.
We started Asher to the Yatzar back when I was in the hospital about 1.5 years ago. It did wonders for me back when I had to get my first surgery and I was unable to go to the bathroom on my own. Through the schus of Asher to the Yatzar, I was able to make the bracha. And unfortunately now, I received the devastating news that I'll be having to undergo another surgery. This time it's much, much harder, as I'm not going to have my mother with me, who's with me every step of the way, who I'm saying Kaddish for. So let's all join together in this campaign, and in that schus, may the surgery go smoothly, and I will be able to have a complete refuah shleim among all other cholim of Klal Yisrael.
My bracha is those that help Asher Yosef should be blessed with all Hatzkutis, because they are helping people. Say the bracha Asher Yosef with Kabbalah. Asher Yosef should be our Hatzlacha von ganzen Klal Yisrael.